Hi guys, welcome to another Barb Stamps video. In today's video, we're going to be using the Everything is Rosy bundle to create a super fun drapery card. Now, normally drapery cards require paper that is longer than 6 inches, but I've got a little trick for you. So you don't need to use that size of paper. You can use 6x6 sheets if that's what you have. But I want to first start out by showing you what comes in the Everything is Rosy product medley. It comes in this nice white gift box that you could use again. And inside the box, you will find the Everything is Rosy stamp set with our distinctive line of stamped images, which are super cool. A bunch of nice sentiments in a really cute font. And then we have some little accent pieces as well. We also have the Everything is Rosy Thinlit die set. And there are 10 dies in this set. And they do coordinate with the stamped images, as you can see. The 3 flowers have their own dies, and then the 4 leaf images also have dies. I did go ahead and put another one of the small flowers in a different color on top of this flower here, so just so you could sort of see what it would look like if they were together. We also have a couple of really fun leafy, flourishy pieces that I did cut out of the rose gold foil, and then we have this lovely long edge piece here that is just gorgeous. We also get in the kit a sheet of mirrored elements, and each one of these things has a little protective cover on it so that they don't get damaged in the shipping, they don't get scratched or anything. You get a bottle of the rose gold shimmer paint, which is super pretty. There are 2 full spools of ribbon, 10 yards each. One of them is the Night of Navy with the rose gold metallic edge. And then we have the 1/4-inch Melon Mambo ruched ribbon, which is also very pretty. Like I said, full rolls of each of those. You also get 6 sheets of printed die cuts. So you get 2 of each of the florals. You can see I've used some. And then you get 2 each of the tags that are trimmed in rose gold. So pretty. And then 2 sheets of some more tag images, and then just some other little elements. We also have designer series paper. You get 48 6x6 sheets of designer series paper. You get 8 sheets of each, and I have taken the time to flip them over so that you can see all the sides. So you can see that I have the same pattern here, but this is the back side. So I just wanted to kind of show you all the patterns. So we have this gorgeous navy with the rose gold foil accents in the leaf images. We have this fun artistic pattern here with the gorgeous rose gold accents. The tiny little floral print with the little tiny rose gold accents. This kind of reminds me of just like some spilled paint. I just find it super interesting and very fun. This one, the Melon Mambo with the gorgeous rose gold accents using the patterns in the stamp set. This one here, the larger flowers, I have to say this is probably one of my favorites. I just love the color combination here, and just those tiny little rose gold accents just really do it for me. Then we've got some kind of standard, normal, muted kind of patterns. These are just some stripes in different shades of Melon Mambo, some stripes with Night of Navy. This is kind of some fun print here. I think this would be great if you like folded over a piece. You know, if you had this on the front, you folded that over, it'd be a great accent background. Some stripes here in the different shades of the Melon Mambo and the Night of Navy. The Night of Navy, little kind of circular, triangular pattern. And then we have some small polka dots. So you get 48 sheets of those. And then finally, you get 8 sheets of rose gold foil. All the papers are 6x6, so they're very easy to store, and they are amazing. And here's one of my die cuts. All right, so the kit itself retails for $80, which is a super bargain, because if you added up the prices of all these things, it's actually about $105 to $110, depending on what things would actually cost. I can't say for sure, but it's somewhere in that range. So it's a great deal. You can get it on my website at shoppingwithbarb.com using item code 150059. And since it's only available in the month of May, you could also use my host code when you order that, and I do offer free gifts with purchase. So let's get into this card. Oh, before we do that, I did want to show you guys, I did take my rose gold shimmer paint, and I added some to one of our Stampin' Spritzers to create some rose gold shimmer mist. So I added paint about to here in the bottom of the spritzer, And then I filled it up with 70% rubbing alcohol. 70% is very important. If you try to put 90% in with shimmer paint, the shimmer paint and then 90% alcohol will kind of not react so well together, and they kind of get globby and thick, and they'll clog up your pickup tube in your spritzer. So, and after doing that, then I did spritz it onto a piece of Melon Mambo. So that is really cool. The Night of Navy. And then just plain old Whisper White. So it's got a pink hue to it, but as you shimmer, as you turn it into the light, it just shows the rose gold a lot. So that is how you can make some shimmer paint. All right, here are some of the supplies we're going to be using to make this drapery fold card. I've got one of the 6x6 pieces of paper that come in the Everything is Rosy kit. I've got a thick piece of Whisper White. I cut it at 4 1/4, and then I scored it at 5 1/2, because this is going to be my card base. Get that burnished down with a bone folder. All right, and then we're going to use a 2-inch circle punch along with the number 5 layering circle framelit. And I did get a couple of different colors, Native Navy and Melon Mambo. I'm not sure which one of these I'm going to want to use, so I have both. And then I did take one of those fun dies, a couple of those fun dies, and then print or cut out these little leafy images. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with those, but we'll see. So let me bring in my paper cutter. All right, so I've got my 6x6 piece here. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it in half at 3 inches. Because when you make a drapery fold card, the dimensions that you need are 3 by 7 1/4. Okay, so here's our 3. We're also going to cut this at 3 again, so we have a 3 by 3 square. All right, and then this piece we're going to cut at 4 1/4 because we're going to need a total length of 7 1/4. Okay, so then we have, so technically if you put these two together, you would actually have a 3-inch by 7 1/4 inch piece of paper, and that's what you need. So then what you would need to do is you would need to score this, and you would need to start scoring it at 3 inches. Well, we don't need to score at 3 inches because that's the edge of our first piece of paper. So you would score it at 3, and then you would scoot it over and do it at 3 1/2, which for us is just going to be the 1/2 inch mark. Okay. And then you would go to 5 and 6. So if you leave these together, you can scoot this over to 5, which is actually 2 on this piece. And then you would keep going, and then this would be 3. So if you actually had a 7 1/4 inch piece of paper, you would score it at 3, 3 1/2, 5, and 6. We only have a 4 1/4 inch piece, so we're scoring it at 1/2, 2, and 3. All right. So then we're going to take this piece we just scored, and we're going to put the edge right here in the track of your trimmer. And then you're going to slide this over so that this point is somewhere between the edge of the trimmer. So you've got, you could scoot it down here because this is about 1/4 inch right here. So you want to cut off about that much. So you're basically leaving about 1.5 inches from this part of the trimmer to this tip here. So it doesn't have to be perfect by any means. Okay, so that's what we're left with. And then this is now a scrap. So then we're going to fold this. So this is the pattern that I want to be on the front. So I'm going to fold this like that. And then we're going to go back and back again. And I'm going to burnish these with my bone folder. Just like that. And then these are going to butt up against each other, just like so. Okay. So we're going to bring in my, here we go, got some adhesive here. Add some adhesive to this 3 by 3 piece, and we're just going to put that right down here in the bottom corner. Like so. And then this piece, we're going to push over so that it lines up with the edge there. We're just going to glue this little piece here down, and we're going to add some glue to these pieces as well, that little guy. I'm also going to come inside here and add some glue so that these little folds will stay. Okay. So we're going to press, actually, bring in a silicone mat. Get those kind of all pressed into place. That way the glue won't make a mess. Okay, and then we're lining that up. And lining this piece up, so right on the edge. If there's a tiny bit of excess, obviously we can just trim that off, not a problem. And then I finally need to just kind of come in here and add a tiny bit of glue in there as well. Okay, put my finger on that for just a second. Got some excess there, which is not a problem because we're going to put some ribbon on it to cover that up. All right, so we've got that done. Next, we're going to bring in this gorgeous Night of Navy ribbon with the rose gold accents. And we're just going to tie a fun little knot right around the center here. Probably don't need quite that much. Okay. Geez, Louise, when I'm doing this by myself, when no one's watching me, it's never a problem. You put me on camera, and then I just can't seem to do it the same. Okay. There we go. Got a nice little knot there. Trim off the excess. And we can move that around later if we need to. So now I thought we'd bring in some white. Here's a scrap that I've got here. And we're going to cut out with a 2-inch circle punch. Like that. And then I thought we could use one of these little pre-printed die cuts. Actually, maybe a little bit bigger one. And we're going to set that like that. And then I think we'll back it with the navy. Does that look pretty good? And then we're going to stamp our sentiment up here. And we're going to use the birthday sentiment in the stamp set. We'll ink that up in our Melon Mambo. And we'll get that right up here. There we go. So cute. So I'm going to glue these together. Like so. Then we'll add this with a dimensional or 2. Okay. Where do we want that? Right here at the top, maybe? Okay, and since that's going to go right there, I'm going to bring my knot over just a little bit. So I'm just going to kind of pull it. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a dimensional at the bottom and a dimensional at the top, and that way I can kind of straddle this ribbon. There we go. Actually, I want this down just a bit. I want it to be just at the top of that strip of Designer Series paper. Fix the knot. And do that. And then one thing you can do that's fun with the shimmer paint that I like to do is if you shake it up, get some in the lid, you can take your pick tool and you can dip into that and you can add some fun details to projects. So you just add a few fun little dots here, yeah, I guess basically you're inking it up when you need to, like so, and maybe hide one down there, just like that, to add a little more fun. And then if you want, we can take one of these mirrored elements here, and I've just kind of cracked the top so that these will come off really easily. There we go, and they're self-adhesive, so I thought maybe we could add a couple. One down there, and maybe a couple right around this fun piece here. So after you get those on, then you just want to peel off that little protective coating, and then they'll really shine for you. And you do got to be careful of your shimmer paint because it does take a couple minutes to dry, so I'm really trying not to touch it because I don't want to smear it. And there you have it. And now if you wanted to stamp a sentiment on the inside, you certainly could. No problem there. and then it's perfect. So that is the way you can use the drapery fold technique with a 6x6 piece of cardstock. So thanks for watching, you guys. Subscribe to my channel down here in the bottom. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I would appreciate your business at shoppingwithbarb.com. And here's the item code for the Everything is Rosy bundle and my host code for the month of May. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.